wife stormed out the stage, the crowd erupted. Her long, split tunic, tight across the torso and looser to the ground, flowed like her straight black hair. Her pair of baggy silk pants fluttered to her dash after vowing to lead the marriage. Her dress, ao dai, is a traditional clothing in the Vietnamese people, and for a long time, I believe that was all my people could craft. This was a typical scene in the many DVDs of Paris by Night, where overseas Vietnamese families reconnect to their homeland through music and theater in the comfort of their living rooms. While the women exuded elegance, it was not true for men. Our ao dai is done differently. Pair it with skinny jeans, and you'll look like a cardboard box. To quote Little Me, "Boys' ao dai look ugly." As a second-generation Vietnamese immigrant, my interests reflected my diverse community. Whether it was making Korean kimchi in my garage, touring Congolese villages on Google Maps, or interviewing my Guyanese friend about his ethnic origins, I loved learning about our planet. Growing up as a Vietnamese American, whose parents came to America for very different reasons, the resulting generational gaps disconnected me from my Vietnamese identity. What was the difference between Ban Trung and Ban Tet? What religion were we? And why did my mom leave everything behind in 2002 for my dad, known in the Socialist Republic as reactionary? I would ask my parents these questions in their native tongue if I could dismantle our language barrier. How can I reclaim my Vietnameseness? Step 1, use the internet. Practice tone charts and play Vietnamese popular music. Analyze fan dance videos. Learn to use banana leaves to steam and steam banh nha. Start pen paling. Step 2, practice the language. Remind your mom you're going for a walk, going to volunteer, or reminiscing when you're scared of orangutans because they resembled evil sea urchins from SpongeBob SquarePants. Then, do fan dance at international night. Step 3, be cultured, right? Wrong. Breaking news. Vietnamese Australian K-pop celebrity canceled in Vietnam due to familial ties with the South. But the war ended 48 years ago. This scandal reopened political wounds and nationalistic sentiment on internet forums, unfortunately coinciding with the rise of Asian culture and music in the West. Whether the Southern capitalists or Northern communists were correct, it didn't matter. Then, I remember that Paris by Night was a cultural byproduct of refugees like my dad. It reminded me of when I used to hate men's ao dai until I realized there was a gap in my cultural knowledge. What did my clothing look like? Enter Viet Phuc. Beyond ao dai, Viet Phuc describes Vietnamese traditional clothing. With over 4,000 years of history, Viet Phuc reflects our unique heritage coming into contact with different technologies and resources. The most awe-inspiring is the ao duc, think ao dai's maximalist brother, with baggy sleeves and vibrant motifs woven through silk brocade. Nowadays, while some may call that streetwear, Vietnamese people back then called it the royal attire. Other features of the Nguyen Dynasty attire include dragons, phoenixes, wrap skirts, and jade buttons for women's ao nhuc bun. In older dynasties, women and men both wore simple colored cross-collar robes called ao dao lun under white silk pants. For a northern farmer girl look, pair a red bodice with a brown sash and pants called ao tư thăng. If you're feeling more southern, or as the kids say, bong gai miền Tây, just cut your ao dai short. After measuring my body and waiting for the package to arrive, I found my community. We filmed fashion hauls, showed off our sketches, and provided design tips. These are people in the same boat as me, overseas Vietnamese who want to reconnect to their culture without regard to political affiliation. This is when I realized that to wear traditional clothing in America is to showcase your culture with pride. Throughout history, my people have gone through thick and thin to make it to where it is today. In those events, we developed our identity through clothing, showcasing the gems of our culture beyond the wounds of war. My Crimson Dragon ao duc sits in a corner of my closet most times, but on cultural holidays, and for today, I dress to impress. I'm Vietnamese after all, thank you.